In this video, we're going to discuss how making more money in small time is a lot more easier than making small money over a period of long time. Now, I understand as soon as I say these words, some of the alarm bells will be ringing in your mind. So let me first ask you, do you think that a lot of millionaires, a lot of billionaires, they make more money in a day what most people might not make in a year? Do you think this holds true? Well, if this holds true, then please watch this video to understand why what I said makes a lot of sense. Now, whatever we do over here, or whatever I typically like to share with people is dependent upon the principles of this universe. What are the principles of the universe? So principles are God's automation, like the law of gravity, law of motion. So these are all the laws which are made by a power which is much more higher than all of us. So you can call that power a god, universe, whatever you want to call it, but ultimately there seems to be a force which actually runs this entire universe, and everything, living, non-living, they have to live by the principles, by the rules of this universe, of this planet, and they have to go by the laws. So if we talk about those things now, as per those laws, I'm going to show you how making more money in small time is a lot more easier than making small money over a long time. So let's get started. So first of all, there are 4 levels of earning. Okay, there are 4 levels of earning. Now, just 4. Okay, not too many. I'm not going to give you a lot of confused stuff. So there's just 4. So first level is level of implementation. Second is the level of management. Third is the level of communication. Or you can just type it skill. And then there is another level which is the highest level of earning, which is imagination. Now, when you will I'll just walk you through all these things. But when I understood these things, everything changed for me. So if you don't know my story, I was in my job. So I worked for 18 years, and I started my career from here, okay, where I was an implementer in some of my organizations. And then what happened is, as the time went by, it took me around 8 years when I reached to this level of management. And from there, for most of the people, and for me also, this was where I was stuck. And anybody who is an employee, or who they are, they're working for someone else, they're trading their time for money, they will only be here. So before I tell you more about this, I just want to tell you that wealth will only start above this line. Okay, above this line. So which means in these 2 levels, there will be no much wealth which an individual will create. Now this sounds to be very, very illogical, but again, everything is going to be dependent upon the principles. Okay, so I'll just share that with you. Now what happens is, most of the schools, they don't teach us how to make money. They only teach us that our only role is to go to a school, get a degree, then we have to just search for a job, and then we have to work. So we are just programmed like machines, conditioned like machines. So without even deploying our mind and creativity, we've been forced to think that this is the only right way. Now I always tell people, it's right to be skeptic, but it's wrong to be negative. Now what is the difference? So think about this. If I am just presenting a new idea in front of you, if you are someone who is negative, you will say, no, whatever the information is coming in front of me, I'm not going to let this pass my mind, and it's not the real thing. Whatever I know is the only thing which I know. Now that's negativism. Now what is skepticism? Skepticism is when you say, okay, I knew certain things, there is a new information which is coming in front of me, let me just inspect, and then decide whether whatever is coming in front of me makes sense or not. Doesn't make sense, right? So I want to encourage you to be open-minded now when I walk you through these 4 levels of earning, so that you understand why I say what I say and how it changed my life. So think about this. Who are the people who are at this? So this is the lowest level of earning, people who are at the implementations, jobs. So think about these people Who are these people? So think about a staff who is working in a hotel. Now these are the frontline staff. I'm talking about the frontline staff who is working in a hotel. These are frontline people, do a lot of implementation jobs. Okay, think about frontline staff of hospitals. Think about frontline staff of all the organizations. Think about labor jobs. These are all people who are implementing everything by their hand. So all these people who are doing implementation jobs, what is happening is they are trading their muscle. Okay, they are using their muscle and they are using their time in order to make money. Okay, they might be working on a contract basis, they might be working in a job, but essentially they are using their muscle and time in order to produce some result for their employer or someone which is going to actually pay them. Now the problem over here is because muscle now is a physical resource and time is a limited resource. Now because these guys, they are using a physical resource and a limited resource, they will only produce limited results, which means that these guys, they will make a very less amount of money. So let me ask you, have you seen people who are doing really very high labor jobs, using their time, using their lot of energy, but these people, they are making very less money? Sounds to be unfair, right? So but the universe or the society is just designed just like this. Okay, so these people, they make very less money. Now what are the people who are on the next level of management? So these are the people who manage people who are on the implementation stage. Okay, so these people, they manage people and they also use their muscle and they use their time. So think about people who are in a managerial staff. So it could be a managerial staff of a hospital, of an organization, or a hotel, or any institution, people who are managing people below them. But what's happening is they might not be working very hard physically, but they are still using their muscle, which is again a physical resource, and they are using their time. And now what's happened is, because they have to use some amount of faculty of their mind, which is, they have to be doing some activity of their mind, because managing other people will require some mind work. So these people, they make more money than these, but again the money is still mediocre, right? The money is still mediocre. Now if you look at all the middle class people, they will fall somewhere over here. Okay, over between these two between these two options. So think about this, that if I was in my job, okay, and now I was in my job, and I only knew, first I started by implementing. I was in the front of the sales line job, and I used to go and I make all the sales, and I was hustling, and I was trading my time for money. I used to work very hard, and my managers, they used to sit in the office, and they were making more money than me, and I could not understand why that was happening with me, because that's the only idea I had to live my life. Now when I became manager, the tables turned in my favor a bit, and what was happening is that I had people who were literally working very hard below me, and I was not making I was not working very hard physically, but again, because I was working in using my muscle and time, I was only making a limited amount of money. This only gave me a limited growth. So think about all the people who are working today. They are only getting incremental growth. All the businesses, mostly businesses who are working on a traditional way, or all the employees, they are just dependent upon maybe 10%, 20% growth, and for some people that's not happening. So think about this. What happens is, when most of the people, they're over here, they're just making limited amount of money. But what happens when you go to the next level down? The next level is where you use your communication, or you use your skill, and you reach to a lot of people, and you solve a problem, or you give a solution to masses for something they need. Now this is really amazing. So this person who's here, they don't need to use their muscle. Okay, they don't need to use their muscle, they don't need to use their time, and they have more freedom. Okay, they have more freedom. So this person doesn't need to use time, doesn't need to use muscle. So who are these people? So think about singers. Okay, so they use their communication, they use their skill. So singers, they sing a song, and now the song is available on the internet. It can reach to millions of people just in a day, and they will make royalties, and they can make millions of rupees just in a day. Think about actors. Okay, actors will make a movie. A movie will be released worldwide. Overnight they will become huge success, and they have, you know, their share sometimes in profits, or you know, whatever their profit story is. Now similarly, think about this. Now you might be thinking, Vinay, I'm not an actor, and how can I literally tap into this? So let me just share with you what I did. Okay, and you can also tap into this situation, which is, think about this. If you could actually create a product or service which can literally go out and serve a huge number of people, and it can solve the problem for a lot of people, then what's going to happen is you can reach to them. And in today's day and age, you can use online medium to reach to them. And when you solve a big problem for large number of people, that's how you can make a huge amount of profits for yourself. So somebody over here, let's say somebody has an online business, he is a digital coach, he's an affiliate marketer, or they sell their own products or services. Companies like Amazon, Myntra, Flipkart, you know, what did they do? They just went on the internet and they are just selling other people's products. So if you want, you can also go on the internet, sell your products, sell your services, or sell somebody else's products or services. What happens is, when you go on the internet, what's happening is, you remove this element of muscle and time from your earning, which means that now you have infinite possibilities, and you can reach to a lot of people, and you can actually multiply. Okay, you can multiply your earnings, and you can literally make a huge profits over here. So think about this, what I did. Okay, and this was literally mind-blowing, because I was in my job making just 3 lakh rupees a month, you know, after 18 years. This is after 18 years. And one day I had to leave my job because of a hot conversation which I had with my manager. Now that's a different conversation for some other day. Now what happened is, I left my job, and now I did not know what to do. I came back, came down to zero. But I understood this thing, that if I keep on doing this, I will only remain stuck for the rest of my life. So what I did is, I smartly thought of looking for these solutions. So what I did is, I went on the internet and I started selling other people's products. So we do this through affiliate marketing, and there are a lot of platforms which are available in today's day and age, where you can just go and you can find some amazing products and services with which you can literally start making money. So what happened is, I went on those platforms and I was running my ads, and I was making profits. Now for running ads, most of the people will think that running an ad is an expense. And if you also think like this, I want to give a new perspective of this to you. So think about this. What happened is, I started running my ads, and let's say I was running my ads, and what happened is, let's say I invested $1 in ad, and if it made a profit of, let's say, $10 to me, let me ask you, is this an expense, or is this an investment? This is the best investment. Okay, this is the best investment, and it has the highest ROI. Okay, as per me, this is the best investment, because in no other business you will get so much returns which are possible through ads. If you have a great product or service with which you can literally sell somebody else's products. Now that product or service could be yours, it could be somebody else, that you need to figure out. Now, when I went on the internet, I first of all learned how to do all these things, how to sell on the internet. And then I found some amazing products, and I literally sold so many different products. So there was one point in time I was selling 5 different products. And even today I sell many different products. So think about this, when you go on the internet and you are just connecting the need with this solution, and you're helping a lot of people, you can run your ads, and you can now be selling some great products. It could be your or somebody else's products, and you could start making money. So now if you're just selling your own, let's say you're selling your own solutions to people. Now one way is, you work over here, where you are literally going every day searching for someone to buy your solution, and you will be burnt out, and you will be making still a very less amount of profits. Let's say if you are here, you might deploy a team where your team is reaching to 20 different people in a day. Let's say if you have 5 people, they might reach to 4 people each. But here also you will not be able to scale. But let's say if you are over here, you can go on the internet, you can just systemize your offering, and now you can reach to a lot of people at one point in time. And all you need to do is, you need to manage that once you sell, you are making more profits than the money you are investing in ads. Now here I want to just give one more stealthy tip to you, which will literally change the way you look at business, and there will be a light bulb which is going to just flash in your mind just amazingly right now. So here, this is for you, my friend. When you once figure out a product where you put in $1 and you make $10 out of it, let me ask you, what should be your ad budget now? What will be your ad budget if you are investing $1 and it is getting converted into $10? And here's the good news for you, your ad budget now is unlimited. Bam! Because you're putting in $1, you're making $10, you can reinvest that dollar and you can make a machine which literally propels and takes you to growth very fast. Now, when I applied this, just within 4 months, I crossed more than $20,000 in a month, and then it kept on growing on and on and on and on. And today I'm helping a lot of people how they can also do it in their in their lives, in their business. Now we're just thinking about how much is $20,000 in Indian rupees. I think it's around 17 lakhs. Okay, and so now there is one more level of earning, which is imagination. So think about this. If you could imagine of something which is really creative, so think about Wright brothers. Okay, Wright brothers thought that they will come out with a plane. Now, when you think about such an idea, a lot of people are going to tell you that it's not going to be possible. Okay, so understand this. When Wright brothers said that they will, make this plane which will fly and they will make, empower a lot of people to travel with them, a lot of people said that it's not going to be possible. How can a piece of metal which is very heavy carry so many people and it can fly also in air? It's not going to be possible. But these guys, they had something in their mind. Okay. And so when we use the faculty of our mind, something happens. It's like the spirit, the God, or the universe helps us to get some ideas which takes us to some amazing results. So in case of Wright brothers, they used their mind, they built the aeroplane, and that made them highly successful. Think about Ford. Think about Steve Jobs. He invented Apple, so he used his creativity just to connect the dots, and he created such a big company. Think about Jeff Bezos. Think about Warren Buffett. So when you use your creativity, you can make massive wealth. Okay, massive wealth. If you look at all the billionaires, they use their creativity. So which means, in order to use your creativity, you might have to keep on learning. That's why you will see a lot of millionaires and billionaires, they invest a lot of time into their learnings, because they understand that in order to operate over here, learning is their best investment. And so this is how different people are making money. Now if you now just see what I said, and we started the video with this, that making more money in small time is a lot more easier than making small money over a long period of time. That's why this holds true, because you can always have more leverage over here, which means that over here you might not be having that leverage. Over here also you don't have that leverage. You are only trading your muscles in times, and that's how you're making money. But over here you are using your communication, you're using your skills, you are solving a problem for huge number of people, and you are removing the element of muscle in time in order to make money. That's how you start making a lot of money, and then you can trigger your imagination, create something unique which only you can give to the world, and then you can make a lot of money. It's like if you just invent a gadget with which people can become invisible. Let's say you created a gadget with which people can become invisible. Let me ask you, how many people will be ready to pay you millions of dollars just to acquire that gadget with which they can become invisible? Well, people pay $1,000, $1,500 just for this phone, and for a gadget which can make a human invisible, people will be willing to pay millions of dollars. Don't you think so? So making more money in small time is literally easier than making small money over a long period of time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just drop me a like. If you would like to share with more people, you can share, and if you have more comments, just drop your comments, and I would be really happy to revert back to you. Cheers, God bless, have a great day, enjoy, bye bye.